So, good afternoon, everyone. And as Dr. Alok Pandit already said, I have been associated, with this organization since a long time. It's been an absolute privilege, and I've seen almost an evolution through these years. It's so much a joy sometimes to see women from my own fraternity who have grown, right in front of me. I have been one of the first women bodybuilders from India, and right now I am the IFBB Pro League International Judge. I'm also associated with the Paralympic Committee of India. I take the Indian teams who are on wheelchair for the International World Championship, and we're soon doing a camp for the Asian Games and the Olympics, which will be in Hangzhou and then Paris next year. And I'm also with the women's football. So I've been associated with sports, and yes, I'm also a Bharatanatyam dancer, and I'm doing classical music from Sri Ram Bharati Kala Kendra. So I have been associated with different fields of work, and of course in this process I've had my own sets of perspective and realizations, because the reason why I'm into all this has been, of course, a very unconventional pathway. So just follow your heart. Just follow your heart. Cliche that it may sounds, it just sounds that until the time you are following, your heart tells you to follow, that is something which is done conventionally. Whether you become a doctor or an engineer or a professor, you're a good girl in school, all fine, all well. The problem begins when we are wired differently. We tend to follow something which is not with the conventional norms, and then there is a whole set of, there's a Pandora's box that is opened. So, what I would like to tell you is, I got into bodybuilding when my son was around 15 years old, in 2003. He's an autistic child. He's 35 now. And, bringing him up, making him verbal, making him functional, making him educated was really a very massive journey that I had been through. And it was in the process of teaching him weight training that I got into bodybuilding. And then, of course, I had given up a lot for more than 2 decades. And then I got acquainted with several fields of work in kind of addressing the various developmental aspects in him. So we did a lot of things together. We grew together. Today, of course, he did his education from DPS and then from Leeds Metropolitan University. He's done his graduation and post-graduation. And 7 years after his post-graduation, it was quite a struggle. But now he's finally working with Hotel Lalit on the front desk. And, the very fact that I have been able to achieve this and share it with younger parents is extremely gratifying. But yes, thank you. So my mother, right from the beginning, I too had a very different life. My mother was a patient of schizophrenia, very violent. So right from that time, from my birth to, a difficult marriage and then my son, and just last year, it so happened that my husband returned to me after a very prolonged period, and almost a gap of many years, I wouldn't even say that, but he was very sick with Parkinson's disease and he had nobody to take care of him. So it's been quite a journey. But then at the end of the day, we have heard so many inspirational stories here. To just sit and cry and do nothing is really a great privilege. It's a luxury, because if you're sitting and crying and you don't have to do anything, that means somewhere your basic needs are being taken care of. That's why you can afford to do that. When there are people who look up to you, you don't have that. You just have to get up and do something. And then when you are in the conventional fields of work, there may be something stopping you. Logistics problem, day-to-day life problem. You need to find a way out somehow that will work for your family. And that is how I got into bodybuilding along with my son. These were the only spaces where I could work in, and then I was studying and doing it all simultaneously. Today, I have launched my supplement brand with the kind of a vision that there is a great paucity and dearth of nutritional supplements and aware, focused nutrition. First, I would like to begin with this, that why do we need supplements at all? You know, when as a sports person, I have seen when we talk of protein, there are many bodybuilders here. Mamta is here, she's awesome. And, we know that, we know when we talk about protein, and protein nahi khana, chemical hota hai, this is what we get to hear. But we are made of protein. We are, that's a major macronutrient in our body. The problem is authentic, genuine supplements. That is the problem. And that was my vision behind it. And it may seem very naive and very impractical to start a business, in a very overcrowded sort of market where, you are, it's a price sensitive market, this segment especially, because supplement may seem that it is not a necessity. But if you look at it, whether it's a sports person who needs more protein anyways because of his physical activity levels, or whether that person is, in the geriatric age group or having some, diagnosis or cancer or diabetes where they lose so much of lean muscle mass, they all need protein. There could be a segment of people who are, say, in a geographical area where it's so cold, there's no sunlight, and you have, you see an entire population suffering with vitamin D deficiency. There will be a tendency for that. And so focused nutrition is extremely important. I mean, you can go on for hours like that. To get, now if you give protein to a person who is suffering with diabetes because he is losing lean muscle mass, what happens is then there is a problem with the carbohydrate factor and sugar. So to do it all together is really an art, and so many things I know that have not been untouched, that have not been touched. And so it is my vision to create this supplement line and address that. When it comes to the price sensitivity, I feel that we have luxury brands in shoes, bags, clothes, even wines and cigars that damage you. We are so much affected by market visibility and so on, but we are not looking at the intrinsic value of what we use. So health actually is fashion. Fashion is beauty. We must bring about a paradigm change in our perception of what health, beauty, and fashion is. And then, we are altogether new human beings. So when you walk into a room and your family or your loved ones look upon you and get strength, and they feel at peace, they feel safer, they feel stronger, you are the epitome of beauty. And you can do that until the end of your life only if you are strong and fit. If you are strong and fit, that all the clothes are going to look good on you. That is really fashion. So, it needs an entire paradigm change. And the best thing is, in my 50s, in my 40s, I had been able to pursue all the activities, begin them all over again, and fulfill my need of self-actualization, and actually start a business afresh, a new business with a new dimension altogether again, only for the reason that I was associated with bodybuilding, which was in the beginning considered unconventional. Why? Because that taught me a lot of self-control, brought in a lot of awareness in me, and how I should understand my body, move it, my spatial visual intelligence, and fulfill all that I need to do, so that I can serve my family until the end of my life. I would say that for women especially, we don't really need skills. Skills are learned on their own if your desire to do something, if that nascent fire in you is sufficient enough that you need to do it. Yes, sometimes you're pushed to the edge, but why not? Let destiny challenge us. It's fine. But, that is where we attain glory. And so I feel that if you're really determined and you come to a point where all doors are literally closed for you, you will start thinking and find a way out to do something that will help to serve the society. As women, you are creators. You can be creators of a new world. All you need to do is fill in the gaps, because being nurturers and caretakers, you know where the gaps are. So, you fill in the gaps, and let us also move away from conventional businesses. Whatever new you create, nobody else will be there to deter you. Nobody will be there to pull you down. And there you will have your monopoly. And more than that, this idea of creating something new and starting something of your own will actually move to the next generation. How does it help? We force our children again to follow the conventional professions, doctor bano, engineer bano. But of course, in the last few years, we've seen a lot of change. When we know that we can create something new out of nothing, and then, make it an entire world. When I entered the world of bodybuilding, there was nothing there. And today there is an entire world. In fact, as a judge, I see more women sometimes than men on the IFBB stage in bodybuilding. So there is an entire world. I see parents bringing their daughters. So, it's such a delight to see Deepa here. Of course, Mamta, she is also a very senior bodybuilder. Her husband supports her. They are together bodybuilders. So it is amazing to see. I have seen this change. So we create an entire world out of nothing when everybody is, trying to bring you down. So, when we have children who have, their heart somewhere else, we will be telling them, okay, follow your heart. Let us do a mix and match of what you want. And you are actually, bringing an entire change to this world. So my vision in creating this segment of supplements was to bring reprieve to people who have pain, soreness, who need healing care. And I've actually named my products, recovery, restore, rebuild, heal and care. So these are the names. I won't go into the details. I'm not doing an advertisement. But, I have seen people shying away from exercise because of these factors. And the kind of ingredients, clinically tested ingredients that we have, have not been utilized, and these combinations have not been put in anywhere in the world. And I have combined Ayurveda and modern science. So more than what my supplement brand is, I am just reinforcing the fact that I have strived to create something new every time. And ladies, I would just say, you are creators of new world. When you do something new, you are opening a new dimension for this world. You are kind of bringing together the fact that exclusivity and inclusivity with kindness and tolerance can go together. You are reinforcing the fact that walking on the less trodden path is a great value, and also that we can be anything we want. We just need to take the first step. Thank you for hearing me out. I wanted to keep it short on purpose. I would like it so much if you ask me some questions.